Hello, welcome to Chapter 5, Practice 3. In this exercise, we will be calculating Social Security deductions, Medicare deductions, federal income tax deductions, and state income tax. Let's begin by clicking in cell E7. The Social Security tax is 6.20% of gross earnings. So that is 0.062. The Social Security rate is a constant value and therefore must be designated as an absolute value. So we will use $E$6 in our formula. Alright, so in E7, we're going to type equals D7, which is our weekly gross earnings, and we are going to multiply it times E6. We'll click on the E6, press the F4 key to make that value absolute, so that when we copy this formula down to the rest of the other employees, it will keep the 6.0% constant. All right. Now we will we'll press the Control and Enter key. All right. There's our formula in the formula bar. Notice the E6, E7 has the $sign. When we copy down, it's going to come and grab these gross earnings from these other employees and multiply it times the E6, whatever values in E6, E7, because we've made it constant by pressing the F4 key. Now let's calculate Medicare. Next, we have to determine what is the amount for Joan Cox's weekly gross earnings. It is $552.60. Click the Married Wage Bracket worksheet, and in columns 1 and 2, look for the range $552.60 and what value appears for 3 allowances. You should see 8. Notice that we're in married persons. Enter this value in G7. We're not able to copy this down into the other rows because all of the other employees vary in their marital status and how many allowances they are going to claim. Let's calculate state income tax. The state income tax is a constant value and therefore must be designated as an absolute value. And this is why we are going to use $H, $6 in our formula. Click in cell H7 and let's type in equals D7, which is the weekly gross earnings, times H6. We need to make H6 absolute, so click anywhere on H6 and press the F4 key and press the Enter key. We're going to click Control Enter to keep our cursor in that location. The state income tax is constant no matter whether they're married or not, and no matter whether they have any dependents. So we can grab the fill handle and drag that formula down to row 10. Let's format columns E through H for currency and set the decimal places to 2 and set the currency symbol to $. So I'll go on top of E, drag through H. The default up here is currency, alright, with the $sign and 2 decimal places. We need to continue calculating the federal income tax for the rest of the employees, being very careful to examine column B and column D. Dean Little is single and claims no allowances. Let's click on, and his weekly gross earnings is $590. Click on single wage bracket and let's look up $590, and this is 0 allowances, so we can see $68 is what he owes in income tax. Let's type 68 in cell G8. Let's look at Joe House. He is single and has 1 allowance, and it's $440.10. So here he's in this wage bracket, $440.10, and he has 1 allowance, which is $35 that he owes in income tax. Let's enter $35. Let's look at Ty. Married, 2 allowances, $525.95. So we'll have to click the married wage tag. So he falls within this range bracket, 520 to 530, 2 dependents. So the income tax is $12. Enter $12 in G10. So we have calculated our federal income tax for our employees, and we notice that the federal income tax will vary based upon whether they are married or single and how many allowances they are claiming. And that's all there is to it. We want to make sure that our values are currency and set to 2 decimal places, and we set the $sign. So we just drag over our cells. This is the default for currency, $, 2 decimal places.